30 teenagers have been transported back in time to a 1960s secondary modern school, with its emphasis on practical and vocational subjects. The girls learn to be domestic goddesses, while the boys learn to be real men.
Sarah, restrain yourself. Restrain yourself.
At first they found the school's harsh discipline intolerable.
Stand up straight, Roberts! You must respect the school rules.
But with a policy of zero tolerance among the teaching staff, before long the kids began to knuckle down.
I am really enjoying this school, and I do love being a 1960s student. And by the time I leave, it'll be of the touch type. That'll be so great.
It's now halfway through term at Hope Green Secondary Modern, and things are starting to get serious.
Good morning, everyone. Please sit down. As you know, our assemblies this week are about what I call top-notch standards, the things we expect from you. Now, very importantly, tomorrow, we start the whole business of mock examinations. It is important to take them seriously because, first of all, they are a practice for the real thing, but secondly, at this school, they will decide whether we enter you for the exam or not. And people who do very badly in the mocks will find they don't get entered for the real examination. So when you do the mocks, take them very seriously. So do your best. Right, would you stand, please?
None of these kids are academic high flyers. In their GCSEs, they were mainly predicted grade C or below. Yet most of them expect to go on to college or university. But back in the 1960s, they'd have had virtually no chance of further education. 40 years ago, the Ministry of Education calculated that a grammar school pupil had a 1 in 8 chance of going on to university. But for those secondary modern kids, the odds became 1 in 22,000. Whilst grammar school pupils sat O-levels, most secondary modern kids weren't able to. So in 1963, a new, easier exam called the Certificate of Secondary Education was introduced for less able secondary modern pupils. Today's GCSE combines elements of the old O-level with its poor relation, the CSE. So which are harder, 1960s CSEs or modern GCSEs? The best secondary moderns offered a variety of vocational lessons,
down,
alongside a solid grounding in core academic subjects.
Right, as you know, we've got coming up the Maths Mock CSE exam. You absolutely must pass this exam or you will be excluded from the classroom. Can I urge you to try your hardest, give it your best shot, and not just assume that you're going to fail or something like that, okay? Right, let's warm up with a little bit of bread and butter, times tables. Avril.
With no calculators allowed in the CSE exam, it's essential that the pupils know their times tables by heart.
6 times 6 is 36, 7 times 6 is 42.
Slow down, take it easy.
8 times 6 is...
Alright, stop there.
Emily Opare is one of the cleverest girls at Hope Green. She's predicted a B in her maths GCSE.
8 times 5 is 45. 8 times 6 is 56. Sorry, so I've got lost.
Okay, let's have the 4 times table. Sarah Road Night.
Oh, I don't know my 4 times table.
All right, then relax. Why don't you just give up?
No, seriously, I don't know my 4 times.
Yeah, I'm serious as well. I can't believe how unimpressed I am.
5.
Right, stop. I'm going to sit down there. I'm going to say 4 times table. You have a go. Don't make the first part of your attempt complete surrender. You're not French. Sarah Knight, 4 times table.
Okay. 4, 8, 6, is it 16? What was it? 4, 8, 12, 16, 21, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 38, 41. No, 40, is it? 40, 44, 48.
Okay, Sarah Knight. You obviously impressed Davis with that spectacular display of innumeracy. Take your seats. You need to know them off by heart, Sarah Knight. You're 16, not 8. In fact, you're 16, not 6. But at 16, you've got to be able to cut it. You're going to be allowed to drive soon. You're going to be allowed to vote soon.
I'm finding maths really difficult because he doesn't explain anything properly and he just thinks everyone is exactly the same level with him.
I can't believe, that some people don't know their times table. 4 times table. 4! Nah, that's taking a piss. Like, there's one girl asked to do the 4 times table. 4, 8, 16. What happened to 12, mate? What happened to 12?
Still to come. The girls make a meal of their cooking.
They should have just wrote down what to do, the ingredients. They didn't even bother doing that, didn't they?
And the boys get a stern warning.
Don't go down that route. I can make your life very uncomfortable.
Pay attention!
The girls have just 2 weeks until they produce a 2-course meal as part of their CSE cookery exam. Today they have a practice run under the supervision of English teacher Miss Gibson, otherwise known as Hitler.
Right, I'm going to give you absolutely no help whatsoever. You should think of me as your examiner. You should think of this as a mock exam. I am going to sit in the corner. I am here to make sure you do not set fire to yourselves. You're going to have to work quickly, and can we keep it quiet as well, please? Charlotte, as I understand it, you have been put in charge of the kitchen.
Charlotte is an obvious choice for head chef.
I shall leave you to it.
She studied food technology at GCSE.
Hi, my name's Charlotte. This is my mum and my brother. I would definitely say I'm more creative than academic because I can't even say it. That's the point. I've got all the revision guides and everything. I can sometimes, if there is something really good on the television, I drop all the books and watch it, which is a bit of a bad habit. My mum and dad always make my breakfast and everything. It's probably more like they don't trust me rather than they'll do anything for me. I've had a few household disasters. I left my straighteners on and they burnt a hole through the wire, and I've decided that I could fix them by putting the 2 ends together, the 2 ends of the burnt wire together, and there was a bang and I knocked all my house electricity off. I'm always having household disasters. I'm not very trustworthy at all. Someone needs to sort out and do the fish. That would be Alice.
In food technology, GCSE students are more likely to design a flowchart for a fish finger manufacturer than learn how to cook something edible like fish pie. The idea of the mock is so the girls can draw on everything they've learned so far. Weighing and measuring out, vegetable preparation,
Shall we just cut it and then boil it?
cooking fish,
What's this? Leave it. How is this fish going to cook?
and making puddings.
We use this. Yeah, because remember it's got to be that thick white. Oh no, that's not right.
Not to mention remembering what the dish they're cooking actually is.
I don't actually know if this is I don't know how fish pie dough is supposed to look. It's not fish pie dough, it's just roll. Should we start again? Start. I am not starting again. Don't get rid of that. They should have just wrote down what to do, the ingredients. They didn't even bother doing that, did they? They just think we know it. Runner beans take forever to boil, so we're just like leaving it till like 20-25 minutes.
At least the sponge flan seems to have come out well.
Oh, that is really
Uh-oh. They forgot to grease the baking tin.
Look when it's finished. Just put like a dollop. Oh, right, put that on the plate. No, I've got it. Put that on the plate.
She's cracking up.
Put that on the plate and then put the whipped cream in the middle and pretend it, and then put a cherry on top and pretend it's supposed to be like that.
There's a smell of burning.
No, it's not just me. It's not.
Oh God, be careful, it's going on the floor.
The finished meal is to be served to the headmaster.
If I'm honest, if someone served it to me, I don't think I'd be very happy. But as soon as we were left just like with me as to sort it all out, I think we've done quite well, to be honest, yeah.
I think it's gone quite well, the cake. I don't think the pastry's gone really well, but it looks pretty. The cream's gone nice. If Headmaster doesn't want to eat it, then he doesn't have to eat it.
Well done, everybody. Yeah, thank you. Well done.
Back in the 1960s, cooking for the headmaster was all part of learning to become an accomplished housewife.
These girls are certainly going to make efficient housewives in a few years' time.
Walking back to happiness, oh, yeah.
Cooking was not the only skill taught in their domestic science class. Learning how to be a good hostess was also part of the curriculum. And the specially built school flat was a perfect place to show off their skills.
The headmaster and domestic science teacher join mothers at the first meal, perhaps to assure them it's quite safe.
It's the moment of truth for our girls, and a chance to impress the headmaster with their skills in the school's flat.
Good afternoon, girls.
The girls are quite literally in a flat spin.
Good afternoon, girls.
Would you like to sit there?
Yes, which is my seat, girls?
The head of the table, so.
Perhaps wisely, the headmaster's guests have all found last-minute appointments. The girls have been briefed on the etiquette of meal service, including which cutlery is used for what. Unfortunately, Charlotte plumps for the fruit flan slice to serve the head as fish pie.
I think that'll suffice fine. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. May I have some water?
Some water?
Yes, please.
Next up is the carefully disguised fruit flan fiasco.
This is a fruit flan.
Ah, yes, please.
Just a small bit, or?
I think a small bit would be excellent, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much.
It's completely inedible.
I wonder if I may have some more water, please. Well, I think it was a merciful escape from the flan, frankly. I'm not sure how close to an oven it got, but not close enough. Frankly, the girls have got quite a long way to go.
In the run-up to the exams, it's lessons, lessons, and more lessons.
Basic history, the sort of things that you ought to know. Who was victorious at the Battle of Hastings in 1066? Lewis.
Is it the round here?
Wrong war, wrong century. Second World War, Roberts, when did it start? What year? Second World War, Roberts.
I don't know. When do history?
Sit down. And Wendy, what year did the Second World War finish?
around 1960 something.
Second World War on Windy. 1945. Sit down.
Do you know where India is? Where is the Sahara Desert? Do you know where the Suez Canal is? Have you heard of the Suez Canal? You haven't heard of the Suez Canal? You haven't. You better go and sit down again. Could you point to the west coast of India? No.
You want a little pillow or something?
You got some, sir?
Yeah, why don't you rest your head on that, yeah? Okay. In preparation for standing facing the wall for 20 minutes during break time. Oh, okay. Now I want you to get your rest now so that you're crisp for your punishment. I'm tired too on the window. Yeah, we've got to fight it. On a serious note, there's been a transgression. Over here, where Goyen is sitting, someone has written some graffiti, oh pardon me, yeah, on this desk. They've written something there. Okay, what does it say, Goyen?
Matron is fit.
Why somebody would graffiti the absolutely bleeding obvious side of me. But what we've got here now, folks, without me engineering it at all, is an exercise in integrity, decency, honesty, manliness, if it was a male that wrote it. And somehow, girls, I feel it was. At the end of the lesson, in a private moment, the person who wrote that will come forward to me, okay, in the corridor outside when you're leaving. And they'll say, oh, sir, I did that, and then they'll get a punishment.
Harvey Hedman fesses up.
I'm coming back. You're the right. I'll out later. Go to break.
Harvey regards himself as a bit of a ladies' man.
She's fit though, man. She's just playing like that.
Alright, I'm Harvey, and this is my family. And you know what? Everyone loves a bit of Harvey. I've been working in the chip shop for 9 months now. Got all the ladies down there, Harvey's angels. I love them, they're like mothers to me.
Harvey's lovely, he's a real charmer. If you're feeling down, he's just like puts you up in like a happy spirit again.
Well, mum, she is one cool mum. Number one mum and number one son as well. All in one family.
Harvey could do better.
Harvey is trying to be the class clown.
That's what it normally says on the school reports.
I wouldn't say I'm the main instigator of trouble and stuff, but I am an instigator of mischief, really.
Harvey's mischief has earned him a detention under the beady eye of history teacher Mr. Peacock.
Mr. Hertman, remind me while you're here.
For graffiti on the table, sir.
What did you write on the table?
Matron is fit.
Do you notice the way I'm not laughing?
Yes, I do, sir. Do you notice the way I'm not laughing, sir?
I do.
Do I have to start doing my lines now, sir?
When I finish talking to you, okay? What's the purpose of lines?
To waste our time?
No, to drum into your head the offence, to drum it in to make sure you don't commit it again, and to make you understand why it was wrong. You understand why it was wrong?
Yes, sir. Lines doesn't work, sir. I've been doing lines for about 5 years now, and...
Well, I've just got this hope that one day it might click with you, Hoban, okay?
Yes, sir.
Right, let's start.
Harvey is made to write the lines, "I will not deface school property because it impedes the progress of other pupils." But within 10 minutes he's had enough and breaks down.
Well, I don't like that language, but I can see you're stressed, okay? So I'll pretend I didn't hear it, all right?
I'm fine, but
Okay.
I don't really want to be doing the lines.
I don't like to see you distressed, but at the same time, if your current state of mind means that you're less likely to do something like that again, then we move forward, don't we? It's got to be good.
Yeah.
Let's take some deep breaths.
I didn't think when I came in here it was going to be so hard as it's been, because I haven't actually I haven't cried at school before with teachers, so I just thought, haha, it's alright, laugh, teachers shouting at me. But today I could feel my eyes just filling up, and it was because, I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
Dinner time, and the 1960s menu is not going down well.
Is that liver? Is it really liver?
I don't care if you don't like it, right? If you don't like it, put it to one side and eat the remainder. Do not behave like a baby and cry and shout about it. Is that understood?
Would you feed this to a starving person? Because I think they'd throw my food faces. That's why they do it though. They make us so damn hungry, so we eat absolutely anything they give us.
Right? Not eating anything means you go hungry, as simple as that.
After dinner, Matron arrives with an important announcement. As a stickler for all aspects of behaviour and hygiene, she's not someone to get on the wrong side of.
Tomorrow morning when you wake up, you take off your bottom sheet and you put it in the laundry. You take off your pillowcase and put it in the laundry.
For some reason, the boys find the topic of soiled sheets highly amusing.
Sheena, shut up. You then put your top sheet on the bottom. So the bottom sheet in the pillowcase goes out to the wash tomorrow morning.
Matron persists. But Alex Roberts can't stop sniggering.
Don't you go down that road, my boy. Don't go down that route. I can make your life very uncomfortable. It's just awful. I'm just...
I watched what you did to Matron then, and quite frankly I'm appalled. Absolutely appalled. After all Matron's done, all you can do is to giggle in her face, and I don't find it at all funny. I find it embarrassing, it makes me cross, and you've let me down. The following will happen. There will be no tuck for you tomorrow, and secondly, the head boy will lead you in working out what will be an appropriate apology to Matron, which will be made before night time. And if I find anyone thinks this is a joke, or thinks they're not a part of it, or in any way further lets me down, they'll be alone in my room tomorrow. Lead off.
It's bedtime, and the girls are busy swatting for tomorrow's mock CSEs in English and Maths.
I'm really concerned about my English mock because I don't think I'm going to do very well on that, and Miss Gibson's quite scary, saying that if we don't get the right mark she's not going to enter us in.
They said that if we don't get a certain amount of percentage then we're not actually going to be entered for the CSE exam, which I think is ridiculous because you might be having like an off day or something and then in your real CSE you might actually do really well, but no, I'm just going to take it as it comes really.
But some of the boys are more interested in whinging about Matron than studying.
Came up to me the other day in the most unnice, unpleasant way, took me out in front of everyone and said, "Excuse me love, you stink." And I think really I can smell Matron a metre away and she really doesn't smell nice. And I'm going to say sorry to her tomorrow so I don't get in trouble, but it's not going to be sincere at all. I really dislike the woman. I dislike her as a person, I dislike her as a matron, and I dislike her as a woman of planet Earth. I hate her. I want her to die. I really dislike Matron.
After the break,
We may begin.
the pupils are feeling the strain, but not in the toilet.
Anybody with constipation come and see me, please?
We have beautiful things to achieve and accomplish. Matron will be inspecting at 7:45.
It's the day of the mock exams. But the boys have more immediate concerns. They're making a special effort to get back into Matron's good books.
Matron on the landing, again.
Perhaps they shouldn't have bothered.
I am coming in your dormitory. Okay. Are you stupid? No. Oh, get on. Oh. Get up off there. It's wrinkled. It's all wrinkled. Get it done properly. Pyjamas aren't folded up. What's all this?
Scalp.
Get it folded up properly.
Ladies' man Harvey Herdman almost gets away with it.
Teeth. Ears. Dirty. Hair.
I've just been flattening it down with bookery, miss.
Not enough. Get it combed.
But Matron's worst wrath is reserved for Giggler Alex Roberts.
What's this? Pyjamas. Folded up, put underneath your pillow. This is all a mess. It's your scalp kit that's all in a mess. Get it sorted.
Have you seen my tie, Matron?
Oh, no, I haven't. But your bed is a mess also. Get it sorted, Roberts. Have you got anything else to say to me? Or do you and I now understand each other? No, I didn't hear you.
I understand, Matron.
Thank you.
Did you see what she just did there? There was nothing wrong with my bed and she just went, how dare you have a bed? And just ripped it apart. And she's just like a psychopath.
After breakfast, the boys decide that discretion is the better part of valor. Matron must be appeased. First up is Chris Hoban. Can he fake a sincere apology?
I'd like to say I'm sorry if any of me or the boys have upset you yesterday, Matron. Sorry if we embarrassed you.
Have you used talcum powder under your arms this morning?
It's my shirt that reeks, miss.
I'm sorry for what happened yesterday. I'm really so sorry.
Can I take a seat, Matron, or shall I apologise standing up?
You will stand up like everybody else, thank you.
Matron, I'm extremely sorry for the incident that happened yesterday, and I totally appreciate everything you do for us. Sorry.
I'm really, really sorry about yesterday, and I did not intend to offend you. And I really hope you accept this apology.
Your apology is accepted.
Before this incident happened, I made a teapot stand for you, miss. I just hope you will still accept it.
Alex Roberts knows that Matron's got it in for him and is keen to create a good impression.
What I did yesterday was wrong, and I was, even though you weren't laughing at you, the way you interpreted it was, I can see how you did, so we apologise as a whole and from me.
The final groveller is head boy Perry Goyen.
Hello, Perry.
That we are deeply sorry, and this is a sincere apology from all of us. I just wanted to emphasise that.
Thank you.
At the end.
I appreciate you, and I'm impressed by how you've come to me, Perry, and I do appreciate it very much. And your apology is accepted. Thank you, and good day.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to think that most of them actually meant it. But I thought they were cracking apologies.
It's time for the kids to sit their mock exams. A last-minute toilet stop gives Sarah the opportunity to show off her newly learned skills.
Right, tell me.
Okay, 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 4 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 4 is 20, 6 times 4 is 24, 7 times 4 is 28. Stop saying to me! 28. 28, what's that? 7. 9 bars.
But will it be enough to get her through the exam?
8 times 4 is 32, 9 times 4 is 36, 10 times 4 is 40, 11 times 4 is 44, 12 times 4 is 48.
Woo! Come on, my lads. Can we hurry up, please?
The mocks are in maths and English.
You have 1 hour for the exam. We may begin.
The pupils of Hope Green are sitting genuine 1960s CSE questions. It's often assumed that CSEs were easier than present-day GCSEs, but in fact they were pretty tough. In English, the kids must do a précis and a non-fiction comprehension. And maths was even more difficult. Calculus, algebra, geometry and statistics, without the aid of a calculator.
I've been going through the archive of 1960s CSE maths exams. They are much, much more difficult, far more detailed and rigorous, academic, proper questions than I had ever been led to believe. I grew up with the idea that if you just walked into the exam hall, you got a CSE pass. You absolutely cannot fluke your way through these maths papers. They're difficult exams.
I actually enjoyed doing my English one, but that one, no way. I really didn't like it.
I thought this would be easy, just answering questions from a comprehension, but actually it's really hard because they're kind of ambiguous in the way they're written.
I think I'll probably fail the actual CSEs. I think it was a lot harder than my actual GCSEs.
It's time for domestic science. For the girls, the 1960s syllabus has a surprise in store.
Remember, for your CSE exam in 2 weeks' time, you're going to have an element of one of these to do. So it may say, launder the tablecloth. It may say, wash and iron a shirt, clean an ornament, wash your brush and comb. You've got to be able to do a housecraft element as well to show the examiner that you're competent in all things running a house, that you're able to do all of those things.
Teacher Mrs. Lloyd-Jones's enthusiasm seems to be lost on our girls.
Now then, girls, you've got a real treat in store this morning. Washing 1 set of the boys' PE kit. That is 1 vest and 1 pair of shorts. Because, sorry? No, I'm not joking. Right, this is the boys' PE kit, and a woman's work is never done. So, Sarah, can you take all the whites, please? All the vests. And I hope there's no underpants there. They've just been doing a fitness test, so it needs... Right, go on, girls, put them in the sink. Don't use too much soap powder because it's quite strong.
Unfortunately, a rogue pair of dirty underpants seems to have slipped into the washing load.
Whose underpants are these that they got? They've not got a name, the label's there.
Soaking is very important, especially for white things or stained things. We've got mud on those, grass stains, so we need to leave them to soak.
With aspirations of becoming beauticians, glamour models and TV presenters, our 21st century girls aren't the least bit interested in learning 60s skills, such as hand washing.
I never do the washing, I let my mum do the washing. They've got BO marks. Disgusting.
If I was a proper 60s girl, living in a proper 60s world, then there would be point because there wouldn't be any choice. And these days, you know, just straight it to a laundrette and someone else can get it done for you. I mean, because it's their job.
It's the boys' 10th bricklaying class. They've come a long way. When they first started at Hope Green, they did anything to get out of the lesson.
Pulling a brick out and then it... Oh. You banged it? Yeah. Oh. Sir, no, seriously, sir. Oh. Mr. Hoban, get off your knees.
I can't, sir. It hurts a lot.
Get round now. Do you want me to report you to the headmaster?
Now, they're all working hard. Some of them are even excelling at something, for the first time in their lives. Sheena Onawinda's got so carried away with his own success that it's gone to his head.
You guys are a disgrace, I don't care. I will never let you people work on my house. Look at you have to start from scratch, you disgrace boy. What? You better shut up, man. You built 3 lines, how many lines did you build? 4? 4? What happened to it? Because I wanted to knock it down, so I wanted to make it better. Excuses, mate. Excuses? Look, what? You had 1 line and you had all of yesterday. That's 1 line. You got 1 line and still have... Wait. I don't know why you're in it. You have to start from scratch, so you should come out of it, mate. No, I didn't have to start from scratch. I didn't have to. I just did, mate. You better just shut up,
Mr. Onwindy.
And you done 1 line, you got the...
Mr. Onwindy.
I don't know why people are fighting with me, because I'm the best.
I am the best.
I am number 1. I'm telling you, I am number 1.
Mr. Onwindy.
I reckon, yeah, if that was my wall, yeah.
Mr. Onwindy.
I wouldn't have
Mr. Onwindy. Just no more talking. Get on with your work, yeah? No, I don't care what you think about others. Just get on with your own.
Bricklaying may be popular with the boys, but in the outside world it's a different story. We now face a shortfall of nearly 300,000 construction workers. Tradesmen are becoming an endangered species.
Yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to build the walls, and when your parents come down, we're going to show all your parents what wall you've built.
Oh, great.
And we'll let your parents be the judge.
At Hope Green, even persistent truant Andrew Brown is coming round to the idea of learning a trade.
I think it's making me think about bricklaying as seriously. I mean, before I never really thought about it, but now it's an option. I mean, the money bricklayers make, that's a lot of money, and it's always handy to have a skill.
You can see yourself like progression, and it feels good like when you're walking down at the night. At night time you can walk past everyone's wall and you see yours and you're proud of it. Because I've done it all by myself, so I've got something to be proud of.
The kids have adapted to most of the 1960s conditions, but there's one thing they just can't accept.
This isn't toilet paper. This is paper. Tracing paper. No, I can't. You can't clean your bum with this. The poo will be running down it, man. You run down your hands and everything. I can't use that. Use the overlay way. Use my hands.
The toilet paper, the 1960s diet, and exam stress has had a disastrous effect on the teenagers' bowels. Luckily, Matron has a cure.
Anybody with constipation, come and see me, please. Yes!
A nice glass of prune juice.
If it doesn't work, we'll have to get you syrup of figs.
Oh, please.
Drink it up.
Please, I have to drink it. Oh, no.
No, come on, don't be silly. Come on, no, drink it all up, because otherwise it won't work.
I've never tasted it. I'll pass it here, I'll drink it. I'll drink it. I need it.
Come on then.
I'm going to do one, but I've only got half. I haven't.
Good girl. Thank you. Come on.
It's nice. It's tasty. Can we have it every night,
Good
please?
girl. See if that works. Come on, drink it up.
Just go for it. Down.
You Superman warrior.
What's it taste like? That's vinegar.
Some have more sensitive stomachs than others. Lewis Davis tries and fails to keep down the rising vomit.
No, in the sink. Oh, it's not in the sink. That's why. Don't even work.
Don't do it.
Come on, down in one.
Oh, shoot. Don't do it. Go on, chill.
Come on, down in one. Be good boy, swallow it.
That's all right.
That is nasty.
There you go. Good boy.
Thank you.
Now you tell me tomorrow if you've been, won't you?
Definitely.
I think I'm going to drop soon anyway, most definitely, because I think I need to. But that's enough about me and my sanitary sort of stuff. But luckily I don't have to use the tracing paper for wiping yourself, because I've snuck some ordinary Uro in.
Still to come, exam success.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the first couple of Hope Green mock CSE.
And disappointment.
It's just like you're completely outcasting from the whole group.
Silence!
Tension is mounting. The results of the mock examinations are out, with some shocking findings.
Sit down. I need Charlotte Neild and Barbara to come out here and stand up. Unfold your arms, Barbara. Right, I want you to hold hands.
No, I don't.
Barbara, you're going to hold hands?
No, I don't want to hold
Not
hands.
with me, with Charlotte Neild. Don't be snide, yeah? Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the first couple of Hope Green mock CSE, each scoring 60% in the exam and coming first.
60% is a CSE grade 2. Not one pupil managed a grade 1, supposedly the equivalent of a GCSE grade C.
Sit down, folks.
16 of the pupils failed, many abysmally, indicating that 1960s CSEs were actually harder than today's GCSEs.
Maureen Islam, 37%. Sarah Road Knight, 35. Roberts, 33. I thought that was poor, Roberts. You're smart. I mean, no, I'm not. I stick. Yeah, you're smart, Roberts, okay?
After school, the 3 girls and 3 boys who came bottom in the mocks are singled out. Mr. Vince breaks the news. They can't sit CSE English and Maths, as they've no chance of passing.
I hope you're not... Are you disappointed?
I thought I'd get better in English. Yeah, it's UVics, I think.
It's just like you're completely outcasted from the whole group.
Extra classes are to be laid on for them so they can concentrate on their vocational subjects.
I'm afraid at this stage you do, yes.
But it's little comfort. Our 21st century kids are not used to confronting failure.
I just feel like outcasted from the group, and you know, he was saying don't use that word, it's not like that at all, but it's just something that I've just got to live with now, so I'm not like, you know, going to cry about it or anything, because that's just silly, but it's just a little bit disappointing.
When I leave, I feel like I'm just going to be like, so everyone will like look at us and like think I'm like stupid because I couldn't do what everyone else could do.
I suppose it's for the best. You know, if I'm going to get, it'd probably be better because then I can learn to touch type more. I'd love to get a CSC in typing. If I get a CSC in touch typing, that would be great.
Surprisingly, it's not just those excluded from academic classes who are unhappy. Even though he passed the exams, Harvey Herdman wants to drop English and Maths so he can concentrate on bricklaying.
I think I'm going to need bricklaying when I leave here for what I want to do, to be honest. And I think, so I had a whole assembly the other day about skills for life. That's going to be a skill for life that I'm going to need. Maths, I don't...
What will you say, Herb?
Well, yeah, maths, yeah. English, I know how to speak it, so that's all I need. I'm gonna be a holiday rep, sir. I'm gonna be a bricklayer before I go into holiday repping.
You got it all worked out, Herman?
Yeah, I got it worked out,
You
sir.
don't need us.
Like we're on apprenticeship. Yeah.
Right, gents, let's have you sitting on the bench, yeah?
This is like we're on apprenticeship now, and it could be much better. Yeah.
Well, it will if you do your work, but with an apprenticeship... Mr. and Wendy, if you're on an apprenticeship, if you mess about, we kick you off.
Yeah.
Harvey takes the law into his own hands and turns up at the extra bricklaying class uninvited.
The first task I want you to do is to each work out how many bricks you need to build this seat.
See, I don't understand. We came here because we can't do maths.
What do you mean I can do maths, mate?
But before long, Harvey is rumbled.
Mr. Herdman, can you come here a minute? I've just been told that you shouldn't be in there till the decision by the headmaster's been made.
You're joking.
No.
Oh, what?
So until I get the final decision from
I'm not
the
going into
headmaster-
lesson now.
Well, I've been informed that you can't be in this lesson.
Who said that, headmaster?
Yes. You can't be doing this lesson until the decision's been made.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Brown, you're going to have to work with Mr. Barber.
Since arriving at Hope Green, Harvey has decided he wants to learn a trade. He takes to his bed in protest rather than join the English class.
I'm like proper pissed off now because I really wanted to do brickwork and Sir's just told me that I'm not allowed to and I'm not going back to lessons.
Well, Harvey, he looked upset when he was told he wasn't allowed to come, but I think he just took it on the chin and he was hoping for the best, so if he hopes for the best then maybe he'll be allowed to come back and help bricklaying. And
peed off that he hasn't even given me the chance to show Mr. Nosworthy that I can be good in the lesson, and I was going to really work hard for that as well, but obviously they don't want me to. They're not going to drag me into maths or English, neither.
After sweating it out for an hour, Harvey is summoned back to see Mr. Vince.
Well, the situation that we're in is unusual, but I hope you can be grateful for the human face of the institution. After speaking to the head and some other members of staff, permission has been granted that you do the bricklaying.
Ah, thanks, sir.
Well, it's nothing down to me. I haven't pulled any strings or anything.
Can I go and see the headmaster after this?
What, to thank him or to build a little wall around him?
Well, both.
I'm sure that'll be fine. But also, I really am looking forward to you coming through on this, okay? Because I need to see that we haven't made the wrong decision.
Thanks, sir.
Good going.
I appreciate it.
See you at Sports Day.
Yeah, see you at Sports Day, sir.
It's the end of a long day, and Harvey presents Matron with his woodwork masterpiece.
I've got something for you. Can you remember when all the boys wound you up that time and we had to apologise to you?
Oh, I remember it well, Herdman.
And I came in and apologised to you and said, I've got a little present for you.
Oh, crumbs, yes.
Do you remember what it was?
No.
This is my teapot stand, what I made in woodwork.
Oh.
Will you keep that for me?
Thank you very much indeed. Well done, my boy.
Can I have a hug?
Here you come, my darling. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Bye-bye. He's written Herdman all round it. How can I forget that boy?
Next time on That'll Teach 'Em. Lessons turn foul.
Harry the Crusher, go in!
And the boys go for the kill.